August general reading. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's taking me a little bit longer to get these readings out than I was hoping. Part of that, I think, is the lunar eclipse that we just had in Aquarius. And I don't know if anyone else is really feeling it, but the energies right now are just kind of strange. So I feel that it's, we also have Mercury going in retrograde. Not to put excuses out there, but it has been affecting me a little bit. So I have to be careful about how much I'm reading every day and when I'm reading, if I'm able to channel. And then just in terms of technology, I've been using the YouTube video editor, but that is getting phased out in September according to YouTube, so I've had to switch over to iMovie. And my software is like a little bit out of date, actually really out of date, so I'm looking to get a different video editor in. If any of you guys have any suggestions, I think I'm going to end up going with something like FileMaker Pro Express, one of those things, one of those applications. I'm not quite sure, but I'm having some technology issues right now, and yes, I do think it is related to the Mercury in retrograde, going in retrograde tomorrow. So we're getting close to it. And then just my dog has been having some health problems, mainly with her bones, and I have too. So I just feel that there's some energies that are being activated right now, and I go through phases during the day where I'm more tired. I feel more tired during the day, and it's all energy. It really is. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging in there. I'm sorry that I'm not getting these out as fast as I would like, but hopefully we can get through all of them and with not too many problems. So sorry for that rant, but for your reading today, I am going to be using two decks I have chosen. The Steampunk Tarot to represent the air sign Aquarius. We just had the full moon in Aquarius, and I was drawn to use the Oracle reading for all Tauruses out there that may be watching, Taurus suns, Taurus moons, Taurus risings, and those on the cusp that may be watching. And this reading will be covering the energies of the past, present, and future. The present being the moment that you view this reading. Spirit, what are the most important messages and energies that you have for the sign of Taurus? This is their mid-August general reading. What do they need to know? One more shuffle for my Tauruses. All right. Okay, starting with your recent past. Three of Wands, reversed. The High Priestess, reversed. The Nine of Wands in reverse. And the Hermit. Going into the present, I've got the Queen of Wands, clarified with the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse, Judgment, the Chariot in reverse, Death. Going into the future, we have Death, the Page of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and Temperance in reverse. Your outcome for the month of August is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Oh, that's the bottom of the deck. Oops. Your outcome is actually the Magician in reverse. See, where is my head today? And we have the Nine of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, very good. All right, so you do have a lot of major arcana in your reading. I'd like to point that out. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 12 card spread, and so you do have more than half the cards are major arcana. That to me says that there's a lot of powerful energies influencing you this month, Taurus, and energies that are greater than you that are going to be influencing you. Yes, we have a lot of planets in retrograde. Yes, we have 2 eclipses this month, where we had one we had a lunar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius just a few days ago, and we're going to be having a new moon solar eclipse at the end of the month before the sun moves into Virgo. So a lot of powerful energies, okay? So you're going to be faced with a challenge of transmuting these energies, and whenever we see major arcana, it's always about how are we going to deal with these energies? How do we work with them? Right, so as the underlying theme or challenge of your reading, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is about your satisfaction, what makes you happy. For some people, this can indicate overindulgence, turning to food and drink, it can be like an over gratification, and for others, it can indicate that some of you are looking to food, wine, and friends, looking to other people to make you happy, looking to, or even feeling unsatisfied in some area of your life, whether that's, sexually or otherwise, like just in terms of your happiness. What is it that you are doing to create satisfaction in your life? What are you doing to derive satisfaction? Because it could be that something or someone is making you really unhappy, or is making you feel deprived of something that you really feel that you deserve, right? Because upright, this is the wish card. This is wishes being granted, right? This is like getting what you want when you want it. And when it's reversed, there can be some, I wouldn't say impatience, but either overindulgence going on, or someone is not getting their wishes granted, and that could be causing some level of dissatisfaction. Okay, so let's take a look. All right. So in your past, you have the Three of Wands here in reverse. And this can sometimes talk about short-sightedness, some plans falling through. It can also say that maybe you're not thinking about the long-term. It could be like you're not possibly planning for the future, or you could in your past, this could have been happening in your past where you were not listening to your intuition, and you weren't thinking sort of out into the distance. You weren't being very future oriented. Okay. What else am I seeing here? Well, the High Priestess can sometimes say that there's a secret that's been revealed, or something coming out into the open. Some of you may have just ignored your intuition. There might have been a situation where you weren't, you can only see as far as the tip of your nose. It's kind of that thing where there's a lot of noise here. It can be a very noisy environment. So, for example, if you've been going to a lot of parties, or if you've been in like a loud classroom, or you're just surrounded by a lot of environmental noise, okay? I'm trying not to be specific here, but this can be anything from you're surrounding yourself with distractions. okay? And maybe this has led to some lack of foresight, okay? And it could have created some issues in terms of long-term planning. And then for others of you, you know, I'm seeing here a situation where it's just very interesting that both of these people they have their sights set on the High Priestess here. The Nine of Wands is typically about giving up or feeling burned out, not wanting to persevere, not wanting to push forward, and feeling kind of like you're burning the candle from both ends here. Okay, so, but of course this is in your past, so this is going to resonate with some of you. And others of you may be like, what the hell is she talking about? But so it's kind of, we have a lot of fire energy here. Excuse the dogs in the background. There's a neighbor down the street that has a lot of dogs. There could have been a situation here where, like, so wands represent your ability to manifest. And threes often talk about growth opportunities. And there could have been a situation here where you weren't listening to your intuition and something has pushed you to your limit. And in failing to listen to your intuition, it could be that you aren't thinking very far ahead in the future. You aren't making plans. Now, I also have the Hermit here, which is the sign of Virgo. And the Hermit talks about being introspective, needing to withdraw from the world. And wherever the Hermit shines his lantern is kind of where he's trying to gain knowledge. He's trying to get some illumination. And he's trying here to understand something about your energy. You could be dealing with you could have been dealing with a fire sign. It's possible, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius in your past. So far I have Virgo. The High Priestess can sometimes be seen as like a water sign, like a Scorpio or a Cancer. But the Hermit is saying, you know, pay attention to how you are using your energy and what is it that your goal, what is it that you're trying to plan for your future. You may be apprehensive, okay, but you're not using your intuition. What is it that you're apprehensive about and afraid to kind of create long-term plans regarding? And it's affecting your energy levels too, you know. It could be that some secret was revealed, something has come out into the open, and this has made you feel a certain sense of depletion. A sort of feeling of wanting to give up on something. But that is requiring you to look at that closer, to spend some time in reflection. And of course he's facing into your past. The Hermit faces into your past. So there's something that maybe over the last week or so you realize that you need to spend some time thinking a little bit deeper about. Okay. So, hopefully that makes sense to you, Tauruses out there listening. But let us move into your present situation. Now, recall that I had clarified this Queen of Wands here, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And I came up with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups, as well as the Seven of Cups in reverse. So whenever I pull multiple court cards, I'll keep putting a card down until I get a non-court card. So I definitely feel this is your energy, because I do have the earth sign here and the water. Some of you are really feeling that Leo energy this week, okay? Picking up that fire energy. I feel that this just indicates you being very practical this week. And of course, going into next week, some of you Tauruses are starting to see things as they really are. It kind of, with the Seven of Cups in reverse, you know, we have Neptune in Pisces, I believe. Is it retrograde in Pisces? Yes. So this is a Neptunian energy, the Seven of Cups in reverse. And it's kind of saying the rose-tinted glasses are starting to come off. So you're starting to be very practical about your day-to-day. This could affect you emotionally. I'm seeing some of you feeling emotionally drained with the Ace of Cups in reverse. There could also be some kind of rejection here or feeling of numbness. Do be sure that you're drinking enough water, and also that you're not overindulging in drink. Okay, I am picking up that some of you need to watch out how much alcohol you're drinking. But it feels like this week you are needing to make a big decision. You're needing to, you may find yourself reviewing things that have happened in the past, thinking about your past a lot. Judgment is all about accepting responsibility for your actions and standing in your truth. So there's something here that you are just like, I'm ready to make a decision about. I'm ready. I'm done. I'm ready to move forward. Okay. This is about hearing the music. You hear the music and you're ready to move forward. So very good card when it's upright. So yes, Taurus. This could be with regards to a situation involving your emotions, or something that's not making you, that's not fulfilling you emotionally. And you really need to now make a decision about what is best for you. We also have the Chariot in reverse. So this could be with regards to, for example, an automobile or a car or a situation where you have to travel a lot. There could be delays in terms of traveling. Remember, Mercury going in retrograde. This can affect all kinds of things, from cars to transportation. Some of you may find that you are on the road and you have the wrong directions, or you feel you're getting lost. I sometimes see the Chariot indicating someone who is lost or needs direction. There could also be a situation where things are very much on hold. And it's with the Chariot in reverse, it's a major arcana, so it's going to be out of your control. So while you're able to move forward with the decision this week, there's also going to be a feeling of maybe being a little bit, not a little bit, but feeling stuck in another situation here. Stuck or feeling lost or feeling like you can't move forward. And apply this to, you know, whatever it is you're going through currently. But it's time for you to be practical, and maybe it's that you are forced to make a decision now, and it could have to do with your transportation. It could have to do with your wanting to kind of move on from something, but maybe not quite being able to do that, even if in your mind you've made up your mind. Okay. So moving into the future, you've got Death, the Page of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and Temperance in reverse. So definitely some big changes coming up for you. Some of you could be changing careers, changing jobs, moving house, going through some kind of major life transition here. Obviously, death is about letting go. It's about completing a phase of our life, saying goodbye to our past. It can also signify the end of a relationship. And we do have the Page of Wands here with the Ten of Pentacles. So This is fire sign energy, but it can also represent your energy, Taurus. Well, I'm seeing someone who is very financially secure. They have quite a lot of financial stability. I'm also seeing someone that may be in a long-term relationship. Work should be going really well. I'm seeing focus. I'm seeing production. I'm seeing someone that is paying attention to the details. I'm also seeing someone who could be in a committed relationship. But moderation is going to be key. Okay, with Temperance in reverse, moderation is key. Some of you are still healing from something. There could also be, for some of you, issues with patience. You may want things to happen faster, and you may find yourself feeling very irritable or impatient. But again, the angels are saying, moderation. This can sometimes indicate there not being a consensus, okay? Because you're trying to mix two or more things together, and there's still no consensus around something. It could have to do with some situation that hasn't been moving forward. It feels stuck for you, whatever that is. But death is here, and it's saying it's time to let go. It's time to move on. Okay, something is ended. And, you have the Ten of Pentacles here, if this is you. A new beginning here, a solid foundation. Okay, you have the Eight of Pentacles, so great for work, good for career, and so forth. But your outcome is the Magician in reverse. Okay, so you have to be careful when the Magician is reversed, because this is saying that either there's something that you're trying to manifest, it might not be the right time. It could also say that there's someone or some energy around you that is taking advantage through their power. They don't use their power for good. Let's put it that way. This can be like a sleazy car salesman. Can also represent someone who's a real charmer. But it could also say that take a look at how are you using your skills? Are your intentions in the right place? Okay. And are you grounded? Stay grounded. Be very clear about your intentions. Make sure they're for the highest good, right? So yeah, Taurus, really interesting reading. I'm seeing kind of like the mundane day-to-day things for you, and then you have these powerful major arcana thrown into the mix, and a lot of them are just saying use your intuition, or something that you need to look at closer. You're going to be making some very big decisions that are going to affect you, and it may not be the right time for you to necessarily act on them, but there is something here that's going to be delivered to you divinely. And, the Judgment card is a card of karma. And death is about transitions, okay, and endings. So it is now saying it's time for you to work and build up your stability, your money. It's a good month for working on your career. It's going to be a good month for introspection, reflection, and getting the day-to-day things done is what I'm seeing. Right? And also for getting grounded emotionally. Definitely. I'm seeing that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull your oracle message. For this message, I am using the Oracle of Mermaids deck. And Spirit, please help guide my Tauruses that may be watching. Taurus suns, moons, risings, and those on the cusp. Do you have a message for Taurus today that you'd like to share with them? Wow, okay. So I pulled yearning. It says longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. So there's the message from the mermaids that I'm going to read, and then also the divination at the end, okay? So often we too have yearned for so many people, places, things, experiences that are not to be ours. To be mermaid is to dive in, to immerse, to swim deeply, and to not understand what it must be to be so indifferent to life. So yes, as with the Little Mermaid of your stories, there have been foolish things done, exchanges made, and pain endured when we have fallen in love with a life or a place that we cannot truly experience in our current form. To be mermaid is to feel without the judgment and logic you so often apply. We are of water born, and in water, in the psyche, in emotions, and in love with feeling every aspect of our potential. And sometimes that has brought us pain. And sometimes we know this pining and longing can kill us, and you too, which is why we come to you now. We know you too are feeling this pain, this yearning, this is a kind of stretching of the soul till it feels like it might break free from you and go in search of what you desire. But we are here to also tell you that the feeling you are experiencing will pass, that you can expect a breakthrough where your capacity to feel and to love and to heal and to adore is growing stronger and stronger. And as you feel this, it is possible you may wonder about your connection to reality and to what you call sanity. Yearning is deep, is painful, is what takes place when two souls who have deeply merged their energy and their fates and their destinies are separated and do not know when they will be together again. It is natural. Creatures of the sea and of the forest do this, and so do you. The pain will pass. And if it is destiny that your yearning will bring you close again, it will be so. We know this feeling, and we comfort you. Know its beauty or know it not at all. So the divination here says, yearning for someone you may not even have met. Yearning and pining for someone who you love and for the moment are separated from. You may be feeling a great gulf or distance open up between you and someone you love. This may be a physical distance or a distance due to beliefs and lifestyles. Yearning for a connection and a closeness that seems to be evading you at the moment. A longing for the one you love to be by your side, and not being able to bear another day of separation. Making choices that will enable you to be together. Feeling that destiny and fate are entwining your emotions and psyche with those of another soul, and that it is inevitable that you will be together. A feeling of meant to be. But until that can be so, a feeling of being star-crossed. Circumstances can be changed if both beings are willing. Longing to be with someone even beyond this lifetime and feeling discontent until it is so. Well, Taurus, very powerful message, and I have a feeling that this will resonate with at least one of you, someone that is possibly separated from like a twin flame or from soulmate, and maybe feeling that yearning and that connection, wanting to be with that person even across lifetimes. Very powerful this month. So sending you lots of blessings and healing energy, and hoping that you can just sit with that feeling. And if you need to journal about it or talk about it with a friend or leave me a comment, I would love to hear from you. But until then, I send you guys off with many blessings, love, and light. I hope you enjoy the rest of this magnificent month of August. Take care.